One of our levers in the outreach process is the follow-up. Let's start with the facts. For a top performing rep, a 20% reply rate for email and 30% reply rate for phone calls would be considered top-notch. Now, let that sink in. That means the majority of your emails and phone calls go unanswered, and that's not a bad thing. It's just the facts of the business. Now, data shows that overall reply rates continue to increase as you continue to reach out and follow up with prospects. That's because prospects are human, just like you and I. Maybe they do really want to talk to you, but just forgot to get back to you. So if you follow up, you can jog their memory to take action. Or maybe they weren't sure they wanted to talk to you, but after they read your email, they'll then follow up with you next month and they'll read a bit more about your services and how they want to talk to you. Or maybe they were in a position in their life when they did need your services, but they just couldn't take action right away. So make sure you follow up regularly, and in the future, they could be your client. Just because someone doesn't reply now doesn't mean they won't reply at some point in time. And that's why we follow up. That being said, we need to make sure we're not spamming our prospects. Our touch points should be adding value through delivering insight to our prospects, not just asking them to meet with us. So for example, I have an email blast list and I send out useful articles, helpful hints, different tips, right? And that is just a non-threatening, non-aggressive way to approach someone and remind them what I do. And that's a way of doing it without spamming them, right? So I'm not pestering them and constantly asking them to meet with me, right? But we are combining both emails and phone calls, totaling 7 touch points over 90 days. An outreach cadence could have anywhere between 3 and 15 touch points. But a good rule of thumb is for a cadence to have 3 to 7 touch points. Touch points are essentially any form of contact you're making with the prospect. Certainly this should include both emails and phone calls, but it could also include social media touches, voicemails that you leave for the prospects, handwritten letters you send, just really any form of contact. And feel free to get creative, but remember, don't pester them. Now, it's important to space out your touch points, right? Following up with prospects, of course, it's important, but you don't want to be annoying. Your follow-up should be persistent and professional. You want to space out your touch points more and more as time goes on. If we finish a full cadence and we never hear back from a prospect, we don't throw their contact away forever, but we can put them on rest for a little bit. And we can try again in another 3 to 6 months. Or what I like to do is add them to my email list. So I'm always in the back of their mind and they know what I'm doing without me directly asking them for an appointment. Those are the kind of people that will come to you when they're ready.